Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a wonderful week so far. Today, we're going to be diving into Cardano, and we're going to be doing a number of things in this video. It is going to be quite a chart-focused video. We're going to be looking at Cardano from a number of different angles on the chart, doing a number of things to kind of speculate what comes now. We've seen a beautiful breakout for ADA, quite a strong weekly candle. What's next? So we're going to be doing a number of things. We're going to be comparing it to Bitcoin and the total market cap of the cryptocurrency space, because I'm going to be highlighting that the run up that we saw to sort of $3, the previous all-time high, Cardano really led the market. And is it potentially doing the same thing today? So we're going to get into that, but I really want to start the video off by talking about what we were speculating on yesterday actually becoming a reality, or being officially announced, I should say. And that is the fact that Coinbase are now going to offer staking for Cardano. And I think people really misunderstood what I was trying to say, the reasons that I was giving for this being significant. This is extremely significant. Coinbase, I think, are the second largest cryptocurrency platform out there, and typically they are one of the main on-ramps for retail, for new participants in the cryptocurrency space. Back early 2017, I think they were the first place that I bought Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first ever cryptocurrency that I bought, and then Ethereum. And people go through this kind of checklist of getting into the crypto space, and one of the onboarders of newcomers into the space is, of course, Coinbase. The reason this is significant, it wasn't actually that long ago that Cardano actually got listed on Coinbase, which was huge news, but the fact that they're offering staking makes them stand out from the other assets on Coinbase, and they offer quite a competitive staking rewards in comparison with some of the others. Of course, you've got Ethereum here. When ETH2 merges, they'll offer an actual lower reward than the Cardano staking will offer. I think Cardano is 3.7%, whereas Ethereum's is 3.6%. Of course, Coinbase are going to take their fees. You can see down here 3.7%. But what it essentially does by them offering staking is it makes it stand out. You know, if people are looking for an asset, they're new to markets, they don't really know a lot, then it kind of points them in Cardano's direction. Now, I know, you guys know, I own a stake pool that I'd much rather people staked in a kind of self-custodial manner, and with my stake pool or other stake pools, because you can actually earn a higher reward. And I know that 3.7% isn't amazing APY, but it is significant in the sense that Coinbase is a huge retail platform. It's a huge onboarder of new money into the space, and Cardano is going to have a standout feature upon that platform that's really going to separate it from the rest and really draw that new money into the market. So that's why I was saying it was significant. I wasn't saying it was amazing rewards. You've got to remember, I took part in DeFi before it was even really DeFi. I've been here for 5 years now, and I'm very aware that 3.6% or 3.7% isn't amazing. I'm also very aware that we want to try and move away from centralized exchanges and practice self-custody. But I was pointing out that this is significant for the reasons I just mentioned. People really missed that. So it was important for me to kind of reiterate that at the start of the video. So this is hugely significant. Let's get into the charts, ladies and gentlemen. We can see that Cardano's seen quite a nice run up over the past week or so. Of course, we have broken out of our downtrend, and we have been talking about this bullish cross on the MACD that we are about to enter. Now, the reason that I bring this up is for no other reason simply than the green lines that I have here are marking when the previous MACD bullish crosses took place. And you can see they've all led to further continuation to the upside. Not just your MACD. If you look at your stock RSI, they've all been in a similar place where they currently are now, which has seen continuation to the upside. Also your RSI. You know, things are looking good on a technical indicator level for Cardano. There's also a lot of fundamental reasons that we've spoken about in great detail on this channel for why the price of Cardano may experience continuation to the upside, like the Vasil hard fork that is happening in June. Previous hard forks, we've always seen a run up. Now, what I want to dive into next is at the top here, I've got Cardano, and at the bottom here, I have Bitcoin. You guys will remember, and we certainly commented on it, that we broke out of this falling wedge after the kind of May fall for the cryptocurrency space. And then we essentially went on to put in a $3 all-time high for ADA. And during this time period, Cardano actually led the pack. Are we seeing something similar today, guys? Potentially. You know, crypto is very much tethered to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now tethered to macroeconomic events, geopolitical events currently, and moves more in kind of sync with that now as it's become a more of a mature asset class. But within the crypto space, you do have outperformers and underperformers based on fundamentals that are going on with them. And there's absolutely so much going on fundamentally for Cardano. It's extremely bullish. All the on-trend metrics are just up and to the right, whether that be wallet growth, native assets being minted, delegated wallets, whatever that may be, whether that's the total value locked in the DeFi ecosystem. Everything is progressing nicely. And this is going to get to the billions in terms of total value locked. Remember, we only really have 5. I wouldn't even count ADAX Pro dApps actually available and counting at the moment. What happens when we have hundreds and multiple hundreds? You know, it's coming. But are we essentially witnessing Cardano leading the market? And what I've done here in the green line that I've got here for you, this is when, after the May sell-off, the kind of capitulation event that we had for Bitcoin, you know, Cardano was really the first to go on and make new all-time highs. Now, of course, this was based on the run-up to the Alonso hard fork. Are we seeing a similar thing take place today with Cardano leading the pack? Potentially. We are going to drop down to a smaller time frame, the daily time frame, because we aren't out of the woods yet. You know, one thing that I've really learned, and it's been hugely educational, me having this YouTube channel, was you guys know nobody is more bullish on the crypto space than I am. You know, I think this is a technological revolution that's going to change the world and really implement itself within the world in a similar way to prior technological revolutions. You guys are all listening to me talk over the internet on a computer. Both of them were technological revolutions that are largely used today or widely used today. Blockchain is similar. But essentially, March 2020 caused a lot of liquidity to go into markets. We are in a different kind of environment today, ladies and gentlemen. It's always important to remember that. There's lots of uncertainty. We have indeed seen Cardano pump like this previously, only to see downside continuation. And that's largely been dictated by Bitcoin. But the bullish thing here is Bitcoin also has one of these bullish crosses forming on the MACD, is in a rising triangle, or an ascending triangle, I should say. I'll drop down the time frames, that it is potentially at the point of resistance. So if we see a break of this, your markets have kind of got a green light. And of course, Cardano and the rest of the market is going to benefit from this. These previous pumps that we've had for Cardano have essentially been killed off by Bitcoin and the overall market selling off to the downside and not really its own merit and fundamentals, because they've all been strong. Right now, you have a significantly more useful and valuable, in my opinion, chain than you did at $3. I don't mean valuable in terms of a monetary denomination. I mean more valuable in terms of what you can do with it. You know, there's more being built on top of it, etc., etc. And sometimes there's a huge disconnect between price and actual value. We see this, there's countless examples of that within markets. Markets are markets, and it's important to remember that. So is Cardano potentially front running the market? It could be. You know, there's a lot going on that we've just previously covered for ADA. And ultimately, you know, if we look at, it wasn't just Bitcoin that it went on to make a new all-time high and kind of left behind. It was also, you know, I remember watching POLKADOT at the time, and POLKADOT made a high significantly later than ADA. You can see the Cardano high was around about the 30th of August when we hit that $3 mark on the run up to the Alonso hard fork. This is the total money within the crypto space. You can see typically it didn't go on to make a new all-time high, and then only just a marginally one until November. So significantly later. Cardano could be potentially doing a similar thing today, ladies and gentlemen, but that is all relative. Remember, there's a lot of variables that are going in here. In regards to the daily structure, it is very typical that when you come up to a significant resistance level, that you kind of hang around, potentially pull back slightly before you then get that continuation. So you set up perhaps a kind of cup and handle structure before seeing that continuation and making progress to the upside. That could all be fundamentally driven. But the Coinbase news is hugely significant, and I really hope that I drilled that point home at the start of the video. It really winds me up when people completely miss the point. You know, the point wasn't that Coinbase are offering an amazing APR and that, you know, we should all be involved with centralized exchanges and it's great. The point was that one of the largest retail on-ramps is offering ADA staking, which separates it from the pack. I think that's extremely significant. Let me know your comments in the comment section. Total Value Locked is continuing to grow. We have DApp on top of DApp launching over the coming months, and we're actually going to see an explosion of those DApps launching within or after the June hard fork, potentially a couple of weeks after the June hard fork. I am investing heavily in many Cardano projects because I'm looking at some of their market caps. I'm comparing them with other similar products on other cryptocurrency smart contract blockchains, and they're in the hundreds of millions. Some aren't even in the tens of millions on Cardano. So I think there's a huge value proposition there, but we're going to be covering that in a lot more detail. So get subscribed, guys, to the channel. We've got lots coming for you. We're going to launch a newsletter that I'd like you all to take part in. Remember, I do have a Twitter. @RealAllinCrypto is my Twitter handle. Feel free to give me a follow on there. We do post some more timely stuff, but this is extremely significant. Things are, of course, moving in the right direction. I've got somebody coming on the show to talk about macro markets, who I am a huge fan of. He's been in markets for longer than I've been alive, and he has a really interesting perspective on everything moving forward, including what may happen with Cardano into the future. So that is really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Many of you are not subscribed, so if you can do me a huge favor and subscribe, you'll get 7 years good luck. And also hit that notification bell for an extra 3 years good luck. It really helps me and the channel out. Remember, we do have the stake pool, guys. All in is the ticker. All in Crypto, it's my official stake pool. It's been a ambition of mine to actually launch a stake pool. We don't actually charge any margin. So many of the pools out there will charge margin. This means after the overall rewards that the pool generates, they'll take a cut. We don't charge, we're 0% margin. Reason being, of course, is because, you know, really, this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, is play an active role in maintaining a network that I care about. So that is really all I have for you in the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let's hope this bullish momentum continues. Remember, macro markets are really the one to watch currently. Thanks a lot. See you all in the next YouTube video. Enjoy your Thursday evenings, ladies and gentlemen.